It's about to get Gabby AF.
We about to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF. We about to get Gabby AF.
Hello and welcome to a very elegant episode of Gabby AF today, because we have my friend, the very beautiful Ash by Elegance joins me today. How are you?
I'm doing great, Gabby. I mean, we've come such a long way. Now we are friends because you dove in. I mean, a year ago,
Yeah.
you were trying to figure out who Ash by Elegance was, and
Yes.
now you know.
Now we know. I think the whole world knows, because Ash by Elegance is becoming that household name. I think people just know it makes sense. And we're very similar, Ash, because people ask me, like, what does Gabby AF mean? And there's not really a definition for it. But
It's just
if you know, you know.
exactly 100%. That's why we know. Like,
Yeah.
we're right here.
Listen,
before we jumped on this interview, there's a
Yeah.
lot of similarities we got going on for this weekend.
I know. We're like the salt and pepper, I guess, right? Because I'm, the dark and the blonde. I don't know, maybe Elegance brands could use a brunette.
I think so. I think we need a female mouthpiece, and you are it.
Listen, I don't know how happy George would be about it, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's fine. You and him can go back and forth.
that is true. By the way, George is hilarious. I like. How much do you love him? He was one of the when I first came to TNA and worked with you guys like a year ago, because we'll talk about that a little bit. He was one of the most like welcoming, hilarious, just like such a good human being, George, and like you get to work with him so much. Like, do you ever just like pop from things that he says?
Oh my God, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think before coming into TNA, I was, told, listen, we have this personal concierge for you,
Yeah.
not knowing who he was, not knowing his background, anything like this. They're like, he's like a short little tiny guy. It will look perfect. And then I met George in Vegas at Hard to Kill on my debut, and like, he plays like he's just it. Like, he's just everything. And he really is like my real life personal concierge, because it's just I have so many stories of like when we go to a restaurant after shows, and like the restaurant we get out, you know how it is. We get out of work at like 9 or 10, so you can't really make reservations because you just never know. And we'll go into like STK or something like that, and the reservations will be like book solid, and he's like, hold on, let me do something, and like he'll go up and like finesse it and finagle it.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh yeah, we'll sit down at the table. He'll be like, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm like, what do you mean see? He's like, oh, I got him tickets. I'm like, I see. Like, total real life personal concierge. And like, he looks the part. He's so great. And like, it's weird because, I've done a couple singles appearances without him by my side, and it just doesn't feel
the same,
cohesive. Because he's like my little mouthpiece, and it's like I feel so comfortable with him by my side. And it's just, he really is awesome.
Yeah. No, he's incredible. Even like when it is late and you don't even have time to go to the restaurant, like even just sitting in the lobby and like the stories he has and the things he talks about, I'm like, I could just hear you talk for days about the craziest shit that goes on in your life. Like when he like writes a book one day or does something, I'm like, I can't wait to read it, because you have the weirdest his background, like it's bizarre. The paranormal stuff, like I love hearing about it because I'm very into that. But like he is a crazy man, and that's why.
No, like it's like he uncovers things that like I don't even know. Like I'm like, wait, that's part of you, and he's like, yeah, that's like a big part of me. I'm like, dude, I never knew that. It's not just George Iceman, the personal concierge. There's just like a whole nother element to him that like I really hope the world is able to like dive in and like really get to know him, and he gets, the appreciation that he deserves, not only in the ring but like on the outside world, because
100%.
He's awesome.
Yeah. And I think your guys' chemistry together is so good. When we did that segment and I was like, okay, and we sat in the back and like talked about what we were going to like talk about, whatever, we were just laughing so hard because I was like, all right, well, I'm going to ask this. And he was like, oh yeah. And then do it this way. And then I was like, oh, but I'm going to say this. And he's like, oh, that's good. And then you were like, yeah, but and then I had to hold myself back from laughing so many times because your delivery is just ridiculous. Like, I say this all the time. I think you are like a shining spotlight in the knockout stage right now. And I'm not just saying that because I have you on the show and I love you, but like really, you are one of the most entertaining no, I wouldn't even say women, I would say people across pro wrestling in general right now.
Thank you,
Um,
Gabby.
are you like, is this what, like, the character, this persona, is this something you've always wanted? I know you've done a lot of different things in your career,
Right.
and like, is this, the most comfortable you feel as a character? And you're like, are you the happiest doing something like this?
Yeah, most definitely. I at this point in my career, I have nothing left. I have nothing to lose. I
Right.
just want to have fun. I've done all the serious things. I've done the funny things. I've done, being someone's protege. I've
Yeah.
done it all, like across the board, and that's something that I will never forget. Big Show actually had told me this. He goes, "Listen, it's not always about a title. It's about longevity and what you can do, because that will give you many, many years in pro wrestling. If you can fit this character, if you can do this, if you can do that, and just show depth in your character." So, coming out of WWE, I kind of felt like, oh my God, should I be doing this anymore? Like maybe I just
Yeah.
hang my boots up. And then in my heart of hearts, I was like, no, I have something left. Like I have something to prove. I have to go and just show that I can do this just for myself. And I'm
Of
like, let me
course.
just rework this whole entire character. And then somebody that hats off to is my biggest supporter is Tommy Dreamer. You and
Ugh,
Tommy are extremely close, but
yeah. He's the
um
best.
not only for me, but wrestlers across the board that may not believe in themselves, he helps them believe in themselves and
Mhm.
helps bring out this character. And what I love about TNA and also Tommy as well is, if you have creative, you pitch it to him,
Mhm.
and he usually is like, yeah, okay, why not? And then like sprinkles his bit of like fancy to it to make it that much more. In
Right.
other companies and promotions, it's usually a no, and then down the line they'll bring it back up, but it's completely different the way that you wanted to do it, or they give it to somebody else, which is
Yeah.
very frustrating. So with this persona and this character, I feel so comfortable because it's just me. It's everything that I want to do, and it's fun, and it is so far from who I really am.
Yeah.
Like the over the top, my voice, just how self-centered I am, because I really am not. Like I love to
Yeah.
help everybody. I love seeing everybody succeed, um and help everybody grow. But being this character is just, it's a lot of fun to like soak your teeth in. And it's something that like I've thought, because I never came from like a wrestling background, right?
Right.
So watching wrestling from whatever promotion it is, with my character and the Elegance brand, you don't have to know anything about wrestling. You just know when we come out, if you're a 4 or 5 year old kid, or you're a 60-year-old or 70-year-old man or woman, or if you're a woman in general and don't know anything about wrestling, you see the Elegance brand, you're like, oh my God, I don't like them. Or, oh my God,
Yeah.
I love how over the top
Right.
they are. Like, you don't have to know the depths or the storylines. You just automatically are like, oh my God, ew, they are so into themselves. They're so cocky. So it automatically off the bat, you don't have to like have a backstory to like lead up to who we are. You just automatically know like we're self-centered, we're into
Yeah.
ourselves. And it tells itself.
It's I love that you said that you don't have to know wrestling to like love what you're doing, because I don't watch wrestling as like a technical fan watching, like, oh my god, what a move, like I know what this is, I know what that is, because that's I only started watching pro wrestling like 7 years ago. So I'm a very emotional watcher and an emotional fan. So I'm like, if I don't clearly hate someone or clearly love someone, I don't care that much. And you make people like hate you so well. Like you cut that promo on Impact last night, and the heat you were getting, first of all, it was such a good promo. You were so
Thank
angry, like
you.
the range of your voice and everything, but like the heat you were getting, the boos, and like as a heel character, when you can't even like hear what you're saying on the mic because the reaction is so loud, like that's exactly what you want, and you're doing your job well. You know what I mean?
Right, 100%. I kind of have goosebumps talking about this because it's like I get a little bit emotional too, because it's full circle in many
Yeah.
different parts.
Yeah.
Because when I first started out wrestling in WWE and NXT, I was a heel. And prior to that, I was in the fitness industry. I was in the spotlight, as a fitness model, and I had everybody like liking me and praising me. And then going into wrestling, being a heel and coming out on TV for, the first time, everybody was booing me. And it just felt like I was like, oh my God, like I just wanted to bury my head into the ground.
Yeah.
And I remember coming back and my mom was there and she's like, oh my God, you guys did great. And Triple H and everybody was in gorilla and they were standing up and like clapping, and I just wanted to cry because I'm like, oh my God, everybody hates me. I don't like
Yeah.
this. Like
Yeah.
I've never felt that way before, and I didn't like it. I'm like, why can't people like love me and cheer for me? Now it's the best feeling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby, when I tell you I go out there and I hear I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing it. Like I'm
Yeah.
doing, my job. And I
Yeah.
see someone like clap for me. I'm like, it's like a game I play in my head. I'm like, let me try and like turn
Turn
them.
them.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like make them hate me. So that's number one. Number two is in that promo last night. A lot of it was real. Like I can't tell you enough how much I busted my butt for over a decade to have opportunities and be given a chance and be taken seriously. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know if I went off script or whatever, but like real emotion came into that promo where I was like, it should be all about me right now because, like, again, I'm the number one contender. I busted my butt off. Me being a vet in the game, I was smart enough to like hide under the ring, come out and do what I had to do to stand tall and be the number one contender. And then all of a sudden, like, I mean, people can say what it is, think that it's storyline, but like, I let my emotions get to me with the inspiration, whatever had transpired backstage, and I'm
Yeah.
the one that gets reprimanded. Like, come on now,
Yeah.
I worked so hard for this that somebody's not going to come in and just try and take this away from me so easy. And yeah, I let the emotions get the best of me, but I had to pay a fine. I had to make a public apology. I have to pay the fine before Slamversary or else, like just
Yeah.
all this stuff that like this real emotion came to me. I'm like, now what? Like I should be in two matches realistically at
Yeah.
Slammiversary, the tag title match and then the women's knockouts women title match as well. But now I'm pushed to the sidelines and all I hear is NXT and TNA, which is a great, collab.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing, but here I am again, story of my career where I'm like pushed to the sidelines where it's like, okay, we could have had a triple threat,
Yeah.
but it's JC versus Masha. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on now.
Yeah. And listen, I think the fans would have loved to see it. You're having the triple threat for the men's title with
Yeah.
Santana and Hendry and Trick. So why not do it for the women, considering it is something that you did get and you deserve? Pulling double duty on Slammiversary might be a lot, though, but I'm sure you could handle it.
I am born for it. I
Yeah.
am ready. I love a good challenge.
Who do you think? So say, they listen to you and after Sunday, the winner, whoever it may be, you do get to face. Do you want it to be JC, or do you kind of have enough beef with Masha because you guys share the locker room so often you'd rather it be her? You're going to win either way, obviously.
Yeah,
but-
I'm ready for whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I like to say that I have the upper hand in this situation because I know Masha very well. I've watched her work for a couple years now.
Mhm.
On the flip side, I know JC very well. I
Yeah.
was in NXT with her. I've seen what she can do. I've also, watched her very closely. So I feel as though whoever walks out Sunday as the TNA Women's Champion, I'm ready to face. And if that title goes over to NXT, I'm ready to bring that title home to TNA. And if the title stays in TNA, I'm ready to take it over and have, because I will walk out Sunday with this and I'm ready to have the other one. I feel as though I'm ready to be double champ.
Yeah.
I really am. I have so much confidence in myself. I love to represent TNA. I feel like I'm a very strong, powerful woman in the division as too. I consider myself a locker room leader, and I feel as though that I can hold both titles and represent the company better than anyone at this time.
Yeah. I mean, there seems to be, so we'll get into the, with JC and Mosh. I do think it would be interesting to see you face either one. I didn't know you had been in NXT with JC, so you are a little familiar. That makes things very interesting. Plus, she's got, her two girls and you got your two girls. So
Yeah.
you can make that, at least you both have the a balance of backup. You know, Masha's kind of riding solo, so she's got to watch her back a little bit. But, you know, heading into Slam, you do have this tag match for your belts with the Inspiration. There's been a lot of heat. The Inspiration just came back. You know, you had that big altercation with the tables. I just rewatched it because it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. When you walk in and you're just like, ew, you're all disgusting. And like,
yeah,
you
but the thing is like I said in my promo as well, you guys are editing the truth out.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things that had transpired beforehand that nobody sees.
I wish someone had that video.
No, they have to. They have to, or get the camera footage from the venue.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I had little birds chirping in the background, but
Yeah.
nobody gets to see that. And again, like, I have fans booing me the whole way to my table. It's like, come on. Like, it's just, it was real life emotion that, yeah, again, took over. And people are like, oh my God, you know, Ash, I didn't touch them. I didn't put my hands on them. I flipped the table. Big freaking deal.
True.
Like,
you didn't even
guys are
destroy any of
watching
their
wrestling.
pictures.
You're watching wrestling.
Yeah. Listen,
you want me to just twiddle my thumbs and go and shake their hand and be like, yeah, you know, keep talking it. I'll see you at Slamversary. No, of course not. I let my emotions get the best of me. And you know, Jesse and Cassie, we have a long history. I mean, we came from the same place, but the funny thing is I never took time off.
Right.
They went from WWE to TNA or TNA to, I don't even know, but they start, stop. And that's not the name of the game. You're not just gonna want to be relevant and come back in and be relevant. No, you have to work for it.
Yeah. And I mean, you've, like you said, you represent the company and you've been here for a very long time and you know, marking your name and working your ass off to be now holding a title to be the number one contender. So it's kind of like for you, you know, now, okay, cool, they're back. We're all excited we're back, but like, what about me? And now you have to prove it on Sunday with Heather, obviously, in this tag match. And Cassie and Jesse are like pissed at you. Like all the promos they cut, they like really, they're coming for blood. So, but
they're
like,
a little prissy. They're a little, you know, prima donna-ish. Like, I'm like, all right, let's go. You know, I'm down for whatever. I'm game. Yeah, I'm Ash by Elegance, but I'm talking real here. I'm talking as Ash. You know, I'm down for whatever. You know, doesn't matter. Catch me on Sunday. You know, the results are gonna be the same.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that match because I do know the history you have with them. So you are familiar in the ring with them. You kind of came from the same place. So I think people should not sleep on the tag match because I think it might be one to steal the show, quite honestly. And it will be one of the most entertaining by far because
100%.
But talk a little bit working with Heather, obviously your tag partner, and the addition of Maggie as well, and like why you guys work so well together and kind of, you know, was it your idea to bring her in? Did she approach you? Like, how did the brand really get started?
So the funny thing is I've never said this before on an interview, but this is the truth. When I came to TNA, I had matches in the start of my TNA run, and Heather was one of them. I had a match against Heather, and I worked with her and she was awesome. Like, hands down, she gave me a run for my money. She was awesome. I was like, who is this little Spitfire? I've never seen her before. She is cute. She is sassy. She's sexy. I was like, you know, who is this girl? Somebody just needs to give her a chance. You know what I mean? I loved working with her. She listened so good. Another thing that I absolutely love about my years in the business is like, I get to help other people. So afterwards, she came and she's like, oh, you know, it was so nice to meet you. She's like, I've been watching you. And I'm going to age myself. She's like, I've been watching you ever since I was like a young girl. I'm like, I know, my God.
What a compliment.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, that's great. And then they had asked me, how did you like working with her? I was like, I loved it. Like, she's awesome. She definitely made me put in the work to, you know, secure a victory.
Yeah.
And when she had been signed to TNA, I was like, can we, you know, expand? I was like, I would love to like tag with her. And we're like, we think that's great. So I kind of took her under my wing. I was like, yeah, this whole reckless thing.
Yeah.
let's give her a transformation and like kind of groom her a little bit. And now she's Heather by Elegance. Same thing happened with Maggie. Maggie, I mean, her body alone is phenomenal. She's tall, she's strong. Just watching her work in the ring, she just needed a chance.
Yeah.
And her character work is phenomenal. Being able to like have her with the Elegance brand is just like, if you look at our promo pictures, it's like tall,
Hilarious.
medium, short,
Yes.
shorter. It's like
It's so funny. It's so
yeah.
good because she's so different from Heather, like literally opposite. And like, so to have them behind you, it doesn't look like it would work, but it works for some
Yeah,
reason.
of course.
But like in the best way, in the way that's like, we want to hate you so bad, but like you also are so funny in your delivery and stuff. And it's like, it's so good. It's just, I love it so much because you also don't even realize by doing that for them, it puts a spotlight on them as well. Because if that never happened, who knows, what could have been for either one. And they're both so, so good. So for you to see that in them and like, who knows what storylines can transpire from their
Of course,
brand,
and they're so young,
Yeah.
their goal, and like TNA is, equal now to WWE and NXT, but their goal, was obviously to get where I already was.
Yeah.
And like I'm here to like help elevate them and tell a story. And again, too, Gabby, you watch wrestling or TNA from start to finish, there's 10 to 12 matches that are straight wrestling,
Yep.
wrestling, move, move, move.
Yeah.
When the Elegance brand comes out, you're gonna get wrestling, but you're gonna get entertainment as well
100%.
too.
Yeah.
So that's what makes us very different. That's what I know from my past is like, let's entertain the fans. They want to
Yeah.
be interacted with. They
Yeah.
want to have fun. They don't, they see 10 to 12 other matches that are high flying. We can do it, but
Mhm.
not everybody can do what we do.
Right. The one thing, and I never told you this, but like the one match you guys had with Spitfire, when it was like whoever wins has to be the other person's
Oh my God, yeah.
concierge, and you guys lost the match. And at the end of the match, they're like, "Hold the ropes for me." And I was watching in the back with like Tommy and everybody. And we were all sitting there, and you were like, "I don't even know how to do that." And you were like looking around. We popped, like I remember the pop I had. We were just laughing so hard because you were ridiculous, and it's such a natural. Like, I don't know if you have any like acting classes, if you have any even interest in like becoming an actress or something, but like you're so naturally funny. And if people don't catch you even in the moments when you're not like on camera, like the little stuff on the side, it is so fucking good. And like I really think if you're not even looking into acting, like you'd be so good at character work because you are just hilarious. And I have to say it because it's little things like that that people might not, talk about for the next week or so, but like I notice as a fan watching, and a lot of other people notice, it just adds to it so much.
Thank you,
And
Gabby.
it's funny because you say you're not like that in real life, so it's like you just hold it all for the ring, which is kind of cool.
Of course. I love to be silly and funny at home. Like I'm always dancing around and stuff like that. And but like out there, like little things like that, just to like season it a little. Like George and I feed off of each other a lot
so
too.
much.
It's so much fun. Like at this rate in my career and this, I'm like, I just want to have fun. Like I tried so hard in WWE to like just sink my teeth into a character, but like you were kind of handcuffed a little bit. Now whereas TNA, like my freedom is free and I can go out there and we pulled out holy water in a match. I pulled out a translator on a phone. I know it's just been like so much fun and it works. I'm like
but it shows
great.
too. And I always said this about TNA. I'm lucky enough to have been in the locker room. It's such a positive place, and everybody is like nice to each other and like feed off of each other's ideas and energy. And it's the best locker room I've ever been in. And even the women, it's just everyone is so supportive. And after a match, they'll be like, "Wow, I love that you did that." And there's always feedback. It's always good stuff.
It's always positive.
Always positive. And you could just tell it emulates off the wrestling. And I think the women's knockout division is one of, like, if not the best women's division in pro wrestling right now, with the talent and what you guys have. You mentioned WWE. Speaking of it, it's crazy with this collab that we have going on. You've already been to the NXT side in the collab, which had to have been wild for you going back there after everything that had happened. Tell me some, because this is where I get into like, this is my favorite part when I just get to like throw questions, but like, what are some of, with the girls in NXT, when you become champion, obviously for TNA and you're representing, like who are some of the girls that after watching even like Evolution and those things that you want to chop it up with in the ring? Because obviously the options are endless, but is there anyone like you've kept an eye on in NXT on the WWE side that you're like, ooh, I kind of like her vibe and what she's doing? Because I have some idea, so I want to hear
yeah, I
yours
want to hear
first.
your ideas as well too. But there's like a couple, because I mean, again, I've come from there.
Yeah.
I've been with so many of those girls over there.
Right.
With the NXT division as well, is I would absolutely love to face Kalani. I think I've seen Kalani's growth so much, and
Yeah.
like I got to mentor her, and our storyline just kind of like abruptly ended, and it was like sour in my mouth because we were getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And I just love seeing Kalani grow. I love seeing her become so comfortable in the ring. And with that being said, I would just love to like have a match with her and like have it be full circle. Again, I don't need to play a character. I would love to go in and shake her hand and just show respect.
Yeah.
Because I definitely feel as though we didn't get to finish.
Yeah.
Another person I think would be awesome would to like run it back with Jordan Grace, because I'm like, look, I am what you were, and you know, a year ago I was facing her to become the TNA Knockouts, you know, women's champion, and now it's like roles are like flip-flopped, and she gave me one of the best matches in my career that I think opened up a lot of people's eyes to be like, oh damn, you know, Ash can hang.
Yeah.
I love Lash Legend. I think she is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
You know, she was over in TNA in a tag segment with us too, and she's just awesome. I would love to put on magic with so many of the girls there in NXT. Up on the main roster, I miss my girls so much.
Yeah.
I do, and it just, they're so proud of me as well too.
I was going to say the support outpours for you all the time between like Natty and all these women. Like, it's so nice to see that they are, you guys all support each other so much.
Yeah, I would love to come back, and you know, I always say like this too. It's like a jealous boyfriend, kind of a little bit, that like wants you back. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't believe you said that, because I know exactly what you mean. Speaking of in my own life, I know exactly what you mean. That's the term I use from the place that laid me off. I said the exact same thing, literally.
It's like, okay, they see what you're doing, and it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you know, if only you knew. But never say never. I have to say that. Never say never with anything in life. But it just took me a little bit of time to believe in myself to like bring this out. And you know, the collaboration with WWE and TNA wrestling is awesome. I left on great terms. I still have a lot of friends within the industry. But the thing is would I ever want to come back? I don't know. I'm having such a great time.
Yeah.
Like and I'm loyal to who I'm loyal to. And TNA and Tommy have been awesome. Having, you know, Carlos you know, as, you know, president and everything of TNA has been such a blessing, because he didn't come from, like, he's upfront and open and honest, and it's like, I don't come from wrestling, and like, I want this to be a team, and we have talent meetings every single week, and what he's been doing to uplift the talent, and coming from a company that was so closed off, to now being so open and transparent is like awesome. Like, literally he tells us what's going on, how's it going, what to expect. He breaks it to us first before we go on, you know, Twitter, still say, or X. Before we see, we're like, wait a second, what's happening? You know,
you're never
so
in the
it's
dark.
awesome to be with such an awesome company.
Yeah. No, and I love Carlos. He's from the East Coast, so you already know. That's why he keeps it so real, and that's what I tell him all the time. I'm like, since because you're from my neck of the woods, we're not fake. We don't throw shit under the rug. We're kind of just right there for you.
Right. It's awesome.
I love it. Even coming off the heels of like Evolution, which was one of the best shows I have even seen this year. I don't know if you watched any of it. I know a lot of them are your friends.
Yes.
So I think adding any, like even women from TNA into that with this new collab for the next one of something could be such magic, Could you imagine?
I felt a little salty about it, but I'm like, oh, you can't cry over spoiled milk type thing, because I'm like, oh man, I was there at Evolution 1. Like I was there for the first one ever in 2018, and it was awesome. Like just an all women's pay-per-view was super sick. And I'm like, damn, why did it take so long to have Evolution 2? And then like, I'm not gonna lie, I kept like thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, maybe they're gonna call me because it just makes sense, having a TNA superstar over in Evolution to like tell that collaboration and everything like that. But I love what they did. I mean, having a lot of NXT superstars in the Battle Royal, seeing what Trin did Naomi from where she was to where she came from and now back on top, like, is awesome. Like, it just is so badass. And it just is like, you know what? She reinvented herself. She went back to WWE because she, wanted to. And then she reinvented herself again. And now she's, on the tippy top. And then also too, seeing a lot of the legends there was super cool. Jazz works with us.
I love Jazz.
And she was there, and she's getting the flowers that she deserves. Seeing, Medusa there, seeing Maurice there. It's just so many, Vicky Guerrero. It's like, it's awesome because these women should never be forgotten. They've, paved the way.
Right. Even Trish Stratus putting out a match with the champion. You know what
I mean?
Like,
know.
Nikki Bella looks the same age of when
she
she
hasn't
left.
aged.
It's actually
same thing with Trish.
I can't.
Trish looks better than she did years ago in her 20s.
What is in the water? I'm like, what are you guys doing? Because I want to be doing that because it blows my mind. I'm like, why does everybody look so good? Even like in person, I see Mickie James too, and I'm like, why do you look the same age?
Yeah, no, you were age. But Gabby, I will say this: your transformation. I've watched you grow like for a very long time.
Yeah,
and you are on your A game. Like the way you look, the way you dress, the way you deliver yourself. Like you've been through a transformation, and you are like glowing up. Like your glow up is awesome, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, I'm gonna start
because
crying.
I know, we've talked about diet and nutrition and training and body goals, and you're looking mighty fine. And
thank you.
And the way that you're believing in yourself shows.
Thank you. That means a lot. Like I could start getting emotional, so don't do that to me. But like, thank you so much. That's the best compliment you could give me, especially someone like you, because you are someone I do admire when it comes to reinventing yourself and making a name for yourself. And when people don't believe in you and things happen and you get laid off or released or whatever it may be, which people have always found themselves in those positions, and the reinvention of yourself is you really challenging yourself to believe in yourself when other people don't. And I don't think if people don't go through it, you don't know like what it takes mentally more so than anything else. The physical stuff is what it is, but the mental games that it puts on you is so hard and it's so tough, and you really have to pull from everything in you to like stay positive and not think the worst and like crawl into a hole and die. So it means a lot coming from you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, it's honestly, I've known you for years. I've seen it all. I've seen where you've come from to where you are now. And it's hard because it's not only in wrestling, but it's in your line of work. It's in everybody's line of work.
Yeah.
And it just so happens to be, I like to speak on behalf of everybody. It's just maybe because I have a name and I'm in the spotlight, it's seen a little bit more when somebody gets like laid off or let go. And then it's like all eyes are on like, okay, what are they going to do next?
Yeah.
But I tried to show everybody that no matter what it is in life, wrestling, whatever, any job, it's the same thing. We still go through the same process of everybody else. And if you fall flat on your ass, it's how you get back up and keep going.
Right.
Like I said, you can't really cry over spoiled milk because nobody cares,
Yeah.
they have their shit going on.
100%. And it's kind of like you can't control the actions of others, but you can control the actions of yourself. So you can't control what's going to happen. You can't alter everything, but the better you make yourself, the better everything around you kind of starts to be, because that's all you can handle. So it's a learning process for sure. But I think the people that are deserving will find it at some point. And I always say there's room to eat at the table for everybody. If you're talented enough and you have a strong enough work ethic, it will happen, and you don't need to do it by stepping over other people, because you should believe enough in yourself about things like that.
That is it. Like you're preaching right now. Like it's you're speaking facts for sure.
I'm trying, it's easier said than done. I also need to get a job by the end of the year, but I'm just kidding. We'll see what happens. But so okay, I'm gonna tell you some of my matches that I want to see you in, because I have a drawing board.
Be my booker.
Yes. I mean, I think I need you. You mentioned Trin Naomi, obviously. I think now with her character of what she's doing, a match with you and her would be epic, just because she's been making, like, I just love the character work she's doing. She makes me laugh, even though she's like rude and kind of like mean and dealing with this kind of stuff. And you guys, like you said, familiar in the ring together. There's kind of the history there. I think that would be epic. I'm dying to see you and Chelsea Green together, because
oh my God, that's a great one.
Ash, you and Chelsea are by far the most entertaining people in pro wrestling right now.
I love
hands
Chelsea.
Down. I love her so much. But you and Chelsea, with your two girls behind you and her service behind her,
oh my God,
could you imagine? It would be.
That would draw. I don't even
know if I want you guys to wrestle. You could just promo back and forth and just talk shit to each other for 10 minutes. And it would be the greatest 10 minutes of television I've seen in so long. It would be so fucking good. And obviously Chelsea, with her history in TNA, whatever, I don't think it's not going to happen. I could see it happening.
I can see it happening 100% too. It's not far from reality. I mean, look, we're there.
Yeah. Chelsea, if you're listening, call me. I'll book it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Run it back.
I don't have much pull in WWE, but I can talk to Tommy
about it. But the thing is when, Matt Cardona comes on TNA, he always gets "We Want Chelsea" chant.
He does. I mean, that's also.
And I want Chelsea.
Every time I see him, I'm like, is Chelsea here too? Oh no. Okay. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, Matt. You're nice, but you're not Chelsea at the end of the day.
And it's not far from happening. I mean, look what's happening this Sunday at Slam.
I know.
We have AJ.
Dude, chills. That thing came when that video package came out, and then Carlos tweeted oh, have a phenomenal day, whatever. Did you know? I got chills. And did you know that was coming, or were you?
No, I had no idea. And I had to watch that package back a couple times. Yeah. I'm like, wait, is this real life?
Yeah.
And then, but when he put that tweet out, and wrestling fans and the internet, they pick upon everything. I'm like, oh, but Carlos doesn't know much about wrestling, so he's just using the word phenomenal because
it's a good word. It's a good word.
I'm like, it's a great word to talk about Sunday.
Yeah.
And then that package came, and I had to rewatch it a couple times. I'm like, wait, this is really happening. Insane. Oh my God.
Insane.
And I love AJ. AJ has been for years been such an amazing help in my career, keeping my head on straight, keeping me positive. We've traveled overseas together. We've, had dinners. We sat in catering, and he's just so awesome. And seeing, he was on the cover of the video game. He was, he's awesome.
Yeah.
So to have that element back in TNA it's awesome.
He's that one of those people, you think TNA, you think AJ Styles, hands down, so and people were always rumbling about it. I feel the past couple weeks, people were like,
yes,
is AJ going to come and blah, blah. And I'm like,
how do they know this?
I don't know. And this is why I can't read stuff on social media. Cause I'm happy that no one spoiled it in the sense of they thought about it and they put it out into the universe a little bit, but nobody was reported here that AJ will be at Slam before the thing came out, because I loved that video package. I love just watching something myself, like the quiet of it and getting the chills, because that's exactly what happened. As a fan, you can't ask for anything more. So I don't know how they know, but it's
crazy.
It's crazy. And I want to know what he's going to do. What is he going to do there? It's you
I
already have so much going on. I'm like, what's happening?
I like to speak facts and the truth.
Yeah.
And sometimes like I tiptoe around it and I'll like sprinkle it out there, but like for real, I have no clue.
Crazy.
Like I was so shocked.
Yeah. It's crazy. And like, are there going to be more surprises, do we think? Like now, this is going to be like TNA's biggest show in so long, you know? And now, of course, with, you know, knowing that AJ is going to be there, they even moved the stage back for more seating. Like, this is going to be an epic slam. So I know there's going to be surprises, whatever. We talk AJ, we talk legends. Are there any female legends that you would love to see come back to TNA to get in the ring with? Because I have an idea of one that
you do.
Yes, who I would love to see, especially.
Well, honestly, I think the beautiful people would be fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's, you know, very much like an Elegance brand. Which would be awesome is like, oh, okay, so not coming from wrestling, I knew who Jazz was, but I didn't know how much of a staple she was in women's wrestling. And then like she came back. We had like a battle royal a couple months ago, and she came back and she like came out of like retirement, and the place went crazy.
Yeah.
I would love to get in the ring with her because she's just such a down ass person. Like,
she's such a good person.
Yeah.
She's so nice.
I would love to work her. She's so strong and such a powerhouse. Mickie James. Oh,
that was going to be mine. Cause she's one of my good friends. I just love her so much. And I'm like, her last rodeo, everything she's done for TNA, obviously in the division. I'm like, all right, clock's ticking. When do I get to see her on my screen? Cause like, I'm waiting for it. And she'll put you in your place real quick, Ash. You come on the mic against Mickie James. Like, if Mickie James comes back for business, she's gonna put you in your place real quick.
I know, and I'm here for it. But like, you and Mickie are great friends. I have videos of her and I in WWE, like in the train, and like I often like scroll because I miss my girls.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, and that's the thing too in life. Like sometimes you do take things for granted. Like we were on the road all the freaking time, missing holidays. I'm like, oh my God, like, am I ever gonna catch a break? And then it's moments like these where I like scroll back to like memories in my phone, and I'm like, damn, if I could just like soak in those moments because they are so special.
Yeah.
And you know, Mickie, I would love to like get in the ring with Mickie again because she again would put me in my place.
Yeah. She doesn't age, so it wouldn't even just be like Mickie from 30 years ago. Because she looks 20 years ago. Because she looks so freaking good.
She looks the same.
Everybody looks the same. I like don't understand it. However, like I'm going to, and I tan and I've got wrinkles. I'm going to be looking 50 years old in like a year. So
oh my God, stop.
I'm trying to soak it in now. I just got my health in check now, but I'm in my 30s, man. You know, it's you got to keep up with a lot of stuff. It's a lot of pressure being a female.
It is.
In the
and I get so much hate.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
let's touch on that. Like, everyone's like, every time I see her, she looks different. I'm like, yeah, because like last night I did a interview, and it was like after dark, and I'm like, okay, guys, I didn't wear makeup. My hair was parted differently. Like, makeup is a big different thing. Everyone's like, oh my God, you've had so much face work. Can I tell you, if I take this hat off, like, my husband makes fun of me and he like goes against my wrinkles because I haven't touched Botox in forever. Like my lip injections are, I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
But listen, there's nothing wrong with it.
No.
If it makes you look younger and if that's what makes you feel confident.
Right. That's
so be it.
And the trolls online, are these like freaking, most of the time it's these miserable men that don't even have a picture of themselves as their profile picture, but they're going to tell you what's wrong with how you look because they don't have a shot in hell with you if you were at the bar for them to even talk to. So it's
I know. And I always give people the time of day. I'm always super nice. But I'm like, but how can you just be so rude to me?
No, it's disgusting.
And it's called aging.
Well, it's you're damned if you do, you damned if you don't. If you age naturally, they're like, why does she look so tired and old and ugly? If you age with a little bit of help, it's like they're getting too much work done. Like they're starting to look crazy. Like, why can't women just naturally be pretty? Men, I can't. Because where do you think you want women with insane amounts of hair on their face, perfect skin, like big boobs, big ass, small waist.
Yeah.
You want all these things, but you want them to be natural and have all these. Like that doesn't work that way. I don't just have natural eyebrows that
gravity hits at
yes.
some point. And like you know what really hurt is when we were just talking about evolution. And I'll leave it here, but we were talking about evolution, and like I saw a lot of like Kim had commented on this as well too, about like how people were making fun of the legends of like how they're aging and how they look.
Crazy.
And like, why did you show them looking like that? It's like, come on. Like, are we forgetting why we're showing them is because they have paid the way for women's wrestling, but you're here being so critical and crucial on how they look? Of course they've aged. Of course. I mean, this business is not
for
a fair for a woman's body. Yeah, it takes a toll and you take a beating. But come on, guys. Like, to me, I was shocked. I was like, are they this ruthless?
And they would never say it to their face. It's always these.
No, they're the first ones in line, Gabby, getting an autograph.
It's insane. It's literally. And by the way, the men, some of these men don't age great, and no one says shit about them. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, because they're afraid to get their asses beat. That's what it is.
But guess what? You could beat someone's ass in 2 seconds. Like, let's be for real. If you really had to, but you just don't, because it's not classy for the women to react in that kind of way. Like, we can't, you know. But I don't know how some of you guys do it. I say all the time. It's even Charlotte's article that came out, like talking about the hate that she gets on her looks and all that stuff. I look up to her in so many ways because you never see her like in line turning on a fan and doing these kinds of things. And you guys are human beings at the end of the day, and you deal with this shit, and then you go home and you live a normal life. Like, this is a job, and it's your job and you love it, but you know, you're just a human going home to like try to live a normal life after and not have it get to you. And that is a challenge in and of itself. So I really look up to the women in the spotlight all the time because I get a little bit of it and I'm not even at that level, and it's absurd. So
yeah, it's hard. I mean, again, I'm very confident in who I am. I have an amazing support system. My husband thinks I'm beautiful. You know, I do have like an exclusive page where I have my real ones, you know, that I talk with on a daily basis, that love me for who I am. You know, makeup or not makeup, hair extensions, no hair extensions. They love me for who I am. And that's uplifting, you know. But like you said, there's people online with no profile picture and it's a picture of a cartoon, and they're making fun of the way you look.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to your husband. You guys are one of the hottest couples ever.
Oh,
those pictures you put up of like the two of you for
the George in the Jungle, like
I was like, damn, Ash, okay. All right.
Yeah, I am very blessed. He's a big part in, you know, the way that I train now too, with my in-ring shape and my ability, because he comes from the boxing and fighting world as well too. And, you know, like we brainstorm all the time laying down about like wrestling. He understands, you know, he didn't come from wrestling either, but he comes from an industry that you have to look your best. You have to be in shape, which is awesome. So like, I really do believe that we are such a power couple, and he supports me in every single thing that I do. And you just need a strong person by your side, whether it be a male, female, your best friend, whatever, and whoever it may be. Having a strong support system just makes you that much better.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I also need to meet him because I want to know if he has any single fighter friends.
There's many of them, and this weekend you're going to be there, so he'll be there as well.
Oh, interesting. All right, we'll have to chat. We'll have to chat. All the time when I talk to these women wrestlers, they're like, "Oh my God, Gabby, I have all these guys for you," like blah blah blah, and then it's never. I'm very, I guess I'm picky. Not picky, but like
that's a good thing.
Yeah, listen, there's a lot. We'll talk about that after, but because that's not what we're here for, to talk about me and my single life. But my last question, because I could talk to you forever. Literally,
I know you're like my best friend.
We already went way too long. I was like, I'm only going to keep you for this amount of time, but I knew this would happen.
It's fine.
So I always ask everybody this. This is always usually my last question, because I want you to look back at the interview at the end of the year and kind of see if, you know, your goals had transpired. For you, Ash, personally, everything professionally, like, what is your goal by the end of 2025 that you want to look back on and say, like, that is what I wanted for myself and that is what I accomplished by the end of this year?
Honestly, it would be to uplift my girls, Heather and Maggie, and have, you know, the TNA women's knockout title and go back to NXT and represent it. I honestly feel as though that would be like a full circle moment because I always wanted to hold a women's title. I was blessed to hold a 24/7 title in WWE. That was the closest I ever got. So being able to hold a title, going back to a company that had paved the way for me and helped make me be who I am. Like
Yeah.
I don't ever want to down a company, but they really did. Like they grew me to be who I am today. And then having another company such as TNA believe in who I am and holding the title for them, going back to from where I started, would mean everything to me because that WWE is the number one place and everybody and all eyes will be there from around the entire world. So I would love to hold the TNA title up high and proud there. And also, you just never know in a woman's lifetime and span of wrestling is shorter than a men's, right?
Mhm.
So I don't want to say I don't give myself any timeline per se, but if by the end of this year, if push comes to shove and my body just hurts and I just can't do it, I want to look back and think to myself, if I hang up my boots, did I accomplish and am I happy with everything that I've done as far as who I am as a person, who I am as a character, who I am as an in-ring performer? And I'm about there. You know what I mean? Where anything else would be a icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And TNA has allowed me to do that. Hats off to TNA. I get emotional thinking about it because nobody believed in me until TNA came. Tommy, um, Gail, Scott, everybody, now Carlos is a big advocate for me. His team behind Carlos, Nicole, everyone like that
Mhm.
isn't in the spotlight. They believe in me and they're helping me be the best possible person I can be. So
Literally,
yeah.
I have legit goosebumps of you saying like possibly hanging of your boots because like I was not expecting that answer of that being a possibility for you.
It's not, I'm just a realist in life. Like I could
Yeah.
be like, oh, I have 10 more years
Yeah.
left in me, but is that realistic to say?
Right.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm getting old. There's like these, and again, I could keep talking to you forever,
I know.
but like
Sorry.
there's girls in NXT that are 20 years old, 19,
Crazy.
20. Here I am, in my upper 30s, gonna
Mhm.
be pushing 40. There's always gonna be a hot, prettier, more
Always.
athletic, talented person that I'd rather be able to like hand over and be like, look, go for it. Go and kill it, girlfriend. Because you got like, look at Sol Ruka, for example.
I'm obsessed with her. Obsessed with her.
Like, she is awesome. And there's no way that I could hang with the skills that she has. I mean,
Right.
that's just so there has to be a realistic moment in a woman's life to be like, yeah, I've done it.
I'm good.
Like
Yeah.
it's and I could go back and manage or I can produce, I can do things behind the
Mhm.
camera. But being out there, I want to be confident in who I am and hang up, my boots whenever the time may be where I'm like, okay, I've done it all and I
Yeah.
feel confident that I've done it all.
And what a blessing that if it did end, you're so happy with it and you're ending somewhere that you're proud to say like this will be my last match with them. This is the company that believed in me. So like not everyone gets that unfortunately because it ends abruptly or without choice and they don't get that last thing that they want. So to even look at that in a positive way is such a blessing and that's why your mindset has been working for you. I hope it doesn't end this year because
No. I'm
I
just
love you
saying if
so much.
something were,
I know. Listen,
yeah,
whatever. It's not
yeah.
going to happen. We'll see you next year. And you'll be the Knockouts champion, I think, at some point. Oop, we just lost Ash. Oh, there it went black for a second. But yeah, and you'll be the Knockouts champion. You got to get that before you are done, I think.
Sorry, you were
Don't you
breaking
think?
up. I was getting a call.
Oh, I mean, whatever.
I know.
Way more important than that call.
Ignore.
It was Tommy saying, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
Gabby's
wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Wrap that shit up. You got work to
Take
do.
it home. Take
You got
it home.
slammed this weekend, bitches. What are you talking about?
Why are you talking about retiring?
He's like, you didn't tell me this. We were gonna put the title
Change
on you.
of
Now we're not.
plans.
Amazing. But Ash, I love you so much. I won't keep you
I
any
love you.
longer.
I will see you this weekend. Hopefully, you don't show up in the same outfit from the 1-day free shipping at Fashion Nova.
I almost hope we do at this point because it would be a fucking great story. But
Sponsor us, Fashion Nova.
dude, I tag them in all my stuff and they always like it. And I'm like, bitch, like sponsor me, like do something. I wear your clothes in everything I wear.
I know. And this
so
1-day free shipping like saved my life because I don't have to go
phenomenal.
shopping.
I know. Listen, men don't
Fashion
understand
Nova
what I'm
in
talking
the
about, but it's
chat
all good.
right here.
Fashion Nova mentions, just saying, Fashion Nova should be the sponsor for TNA, all TNA girls, because a lot of them order it. Just saying.
Of course.
Throwing it out there. I should be a manager. I love you, Ash. Thank you so
love
much
you.
for the time.
I will see you this weekend.
And
Thank you for everything.
yes. Biggest Slamversary ever. See you in New York.
Yes.
Everyone listening, be safe. Watch Slamversary. I don't know why you wouldn't. Don't sleep on it. There's already the big surprise of AJ Styles. Probably more surprised it's going to be TNA's biggest show in a very, very long time. And I think it will be the talk of the town come Monday. So you don't want to miss out. And yeah, I will see you then. Everyone listening, stay safe, be good. And until then, LYMNB, love you most, no backs.